Anderson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun.
I'm advocating for Tory Lanez because the evidence shows that he's innocent, and he deserves to be pardoned by Governor Gavin Newsom. You know, he's 100% exonerated from the gun, and for that alone, he should be home with his family.
A presidential pardon for Tory Lanez. That's the crazy talk going around right now, and it's getting louder by the minute. What started out as just another messy celebrity court case has taken a serious turn, and now big-time names are stepping up, strange alliances are forming, and it's beginning to feel like there's a secret play being made behind the scenes. This isn't just about what happened that night anymore. It's about who's trying to completely flip the script from explosive courtroom headlines to whispers in high places. If the rumors are even partially accurate, it could change everything. Not just for Tory, but the entire story. Support for Tory has continued to pour in since he was in prison, but now celebrities and even political figures are joining in. We're hearing from people like Chris Brown, Amber Rose, and Drake, who all expressed in different ways that they believe Tory wasn't treated fairly and shouldn't be behind bars. Amber Rose, in particular, isn't keeping quiet. In a recent interview, she went on the offensive, asserting that she thinks Tory is innocent and that the evidence simply doesn't add up. She even went so far as to say that Governor Gavin Newsom ought to intervene and pardon Tory because the gun charge alone wasn't handled properly, and that he should be allowed to be with his family.
For Tory Lanez because the evidence shows that he's innocent, and he deserves to be pardoned by Governor Gavin Newsom. You know, he's 100% exonerated from the gun, and for that alone, he should be home with his family.
And let's face it, Amber is not new to calling out dubious legal actions in the celebrity world. In her opinion, it's receiving attention. She also disclosed that Tory personally called her from prison and told her everything, including his side of the story in detail. However, she couldn't ignore that text message that went viral online, leading many people to believe that Tory was subtly confessing to guilt. Amber responds, "Nah, that's not what it meant at all." The big question now is whether people are beginning to change their opinions, because if the right people keep pushing this case, it might just get a rewrite nobody expected. Let's talk about Drake. Normally low-key when it comes to legal drama, but even he made a move that had everyone doing a double take. She claims that the message wasn't even about the shooting. Rather, it was tied to some personal drama rather than the actual incident.
I heard the whole story from Tory's mouth. He called me personally from prison, and I now understand why he said sorry, and it's not for any shooting at all. So I'll let him tell that story when he comes home, but the sorry was not for what people think.
He publicly asked Governor Gavin Newsom to pardon Tory Lanez in a petition on his Instagram story. The petition was followed by 3 simple yet powerful words that, given how well calculated Drake is with his image, hit hard. Fans went crazy, because Drake doesn't just put his name on everything, and all of a sudden the case was back in the public eye. They thought if Drake's showing support, then maybe there's really something deeper going on here. Even if other celebrities may not be giving lengthy speeches or interviews, people are observing their subtle body language and believe it speaks loudly. While some celebrities continue to follow Tory Lanez on social media, others have subtly distanced themselves from Megan Thee Stallion. Kim Kardashian, for example, has been spotted dancing to Tory's music lately, which has drawn attention. AP, although Justin Bieber recently unfollowed Megan. Rocky still follows Tory. These minor changes may not seem like much, but in Hollywood, the major T fans are right there in the mix, and the comment sections are exploding with demands for Tory's release. One fan even wrote, "Release Tory Lanez. He's innocent." And although some of this may seem like minor social media commotion, in the world of celebrities, every like, follow, and unfollow is a declaration, and everyone is now unsure of who is truly on whose side. This is where things start to get really crazy. This has officially escalated from celebrity rumors to a full-fledged political circus. Yes, Tory's case has now entered government territory. And the pressure is real, suddenly. A conservative congresswoman named Anna Paulina Luna entered the fray and demanded that Governor Naomi revoke Tory's sentence, arguing that the case was stacked with shaky evidence, political pressure, and significant bias from the beginning. She said that the entire matter needed to be redone quickly, and guess what? Congresswoman Anna Pina Luna promised bombshell evidence that will be dropped within 36 hours, something significant enough to completely turn the tide on Tory Lanez case. But Meghan's team is not having any of it. Meghan herself went out on social media, posting loud and clear, after her lawyer firmly retorted that Tory had been rightly convicted in a fair trial. Facts don't lie. Meghan called out anyone siding with Tory, claiming they're just part of some massive internet hate wave trying to rewrite reality. She made it clear she's not backing down, so now the battle lines are officially drawn, the tension is thick, the stakes are sky high, and everyone's eyes are locked on the next move. But just when things seemed like they couldn't get any more intense, they did. Tory was attacked in prison, and we're not talking about some minor fight that he was stabbed 14 times. He ended up with a collapsed lung and had to be rushed onto a breathing machine to stay alive. This wasn't just scary, like it was life-threatening. Now here's where it gets shady. Right before this attack, rumors started flying that new evidence was about to drop, something that could possibly clear Tory's name, and the timing way too suspicious. Word in the streets is that the attack wasn't random. Whispers are circling that maybe someone powerful didn't want Tory to speak or to be freed. Some are even pointing fingers at Roc Nation, Meghan's powerhouse label, suggesting they might have had a hand in trying to keep Tory silenced for good. Whether it's true or not, one thing's clear. There's a dangerous game going on behind the scenes.
Was stabbed 14 times by another inmate at a California prison. He suffered 2 collapsed lungs, but we are told he is now breathing on his own.
Meanwhile, the pressure to free Tory is increasing like never before, and just when it appeared that the drama was at its height, Tory's legal team revealed shocking, new information that could completely alter the course of events and point the finger at someone else. According to them, Kelsey Harris may have been the true shooter, not Tory at all. Kelly Harris and the woman who was present the night everything happened, Meghan's former best friend, and the other woman connected to that night, pleaded on the 5th when asked if she saw Tory shoot Meghan. Let that sink in. She didn't say yes, didn't say no, just remained silent. You have to ask why she didn't say anything, unless she had something to hide. But that's not all. If this continues, the case may take a crazy turn that no one saw coming. Tory's team released a real audio clip from the night of the shooting, in which he says you can clearly hear one of the defense's own witnesses telling police that the shots came from a woman. He claims the driver even jumped out to break up the fight between Meghan and Kelsey, and Tory allegedly never left the back seat. He just sat there, not involved in the mess at all. If all of that is true, then it's beginning to sound like Tory might have actually been innocent. And perhaps the presidential pardon that people keep yelling about isn't as unbelievable as it seemed. Additionally, Tory came out of prison too, alleged that the prosecutor had lied in court regarding his DNA, claiming that the evidence was inconclusive. However, Tory asserts that this is untrue and that his DNA was entirely removed from the firearm. How do they even condemn him if that's true? Something simply doesn't add up here. And it's not just Tory saying it either. Recently, at a press conference, Walter Roberts, the main lawyer for the social justice advocacy group Unite the People, came to the fore and delivered a direct bombshell. According to Roberts, Kelsey Harris's personal bodyguard, Bradley James, overheard her acknowledge that she was the one who pulled the trigger that night. According to him, Tory never fired a shot. Instead, he was attempting to stop the violence. Even more bizarre, This new account supports other witnesses who claimed that the night was chaotic and that nothing was as clear-cut as people made it seem. So here's what's actually being whispered on the streets. The entire night wasn't about Tory Lanez wilding out. Rather, it was about two women engaged in a furious altercation, and Tory was simply trapped in the middle of it all. The wild part is that it wasn't just random witnesses defending him. From the rooftops, his own father is shouting that his son is being set up. When Tory's father, Stallion Lanez, arrived at the courts, he lit it up with a passionate statement. To the media, his face was beaming with emotion, and he wasn't holding anything back.
To the front passenger?
Yeah.
And she opens up the car door?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
They start, they're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The two girls?
Yeah, I can see one feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
I just witnessed the biggest injustice right here in Los Angeles. He continued, blaming Megan Thee Stallion and her group in particular, as well as ROC Nation and its huge names like Jay-Z. With cameras filming, he announced the name of Megan's attorney, Alex Spiro. The push for a presidential pardon has exploded because more and more people believe that Tory may have been used as a pawn in something bigger. However, not everyone is happy about this push for his freedom, according to Roc Nation, Coup, Desiree Perez, and of course Jay-Z himself. They're all part of a corrupt system that has been working tirelessly to bring Tory down. Now rumors are circulating that he has been sitting in prison for something he didn't even do. And all that new evidence is lining up. And people are saying that this case should never have gone the way it did. Insiders claim that there is a lot of pressure behind the scenes to keep Tory where he is imprisoned, which is why Megan is signed to Roc Nation. There are also rumors that Jay-Z's team has a lot riding on keeping this case closed. Some claim that when Tory rejected a deal to sign with Roc Nation, it caused a lot of tension because allegedly Jay-Z didn't like the idea of Tory remaining independent. From that point on, things got messy quickly, and now people are wondering if this was ever really about justice or power. Now the streets are ablaze, and social media is ablaze with people accusing Jay-Z of failing to defend the culture and instead using his influence to determine who gets to shine and who gets shut down. I am completely excluded and not inconclusive since Roc Nation simply supported Megan's legal team in keeping Tory's name tarnished and mired in turmoil.
100% excluded, not inconclusive like they said when I was in trial. I'm 100% excluded from this gun when it comes to DNA.
But now that this presidential pardon talk is blowing up, sources say Megan and Jay-Z are scrambling behind the scenes trying to shut it all down. Word is they didn't see this level of momentum coming. They weren't ready for the public to start siding with Tory, and now it's full panic mode. The whispers say they're working overtime to block any new evidence from going public and trying to stop this pardon from ever reaching the president's desk. It's a straight-up power play, and the whole world's watching to see how it goes down, because if Tory actually pulls off this presidential pardon, that's not just freedom, that's a huge statement. A pardon would mean the system got it wrong, and that flips everything for Tory. It could be the comeback of a lifetime and a major win for his name, his music, and everybody who's been screaming that he was wrongly convicted. But for the other side, it's a serious threat. See, if Tory walks free and the pardon gets granted, it puts a big question mark on Megan's version of events, and that could rattle everything Roc Nation's built around this story nowadays. It's not only about a court victory, it's also about reputations and career brands that have been established around this story. Tory's supporters are looking at this like it's finally their shot at justice. They believe he was caught in a system twisted by politics and shaky evidence, and now with new witness accounts, affidavit, and legal heat coming in hot, they see a real chance to turn the tables. But that's why this fight ain't just happening in court, it's blazing on social media, in interviews, in the press, everywhere. And every move now could be the one that changes everything. And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, boom, insiders are now claiming that someone is leaking sealed info from behind the scenes, We're talking court transcripts, private convos, and legal motions that were never meant to see daylight suddenly showing up online. And guess who it's making look bad? Not Tory, but the people who've been pushing to keep him locked up. These leaks are throwing shade on the prosecution and even hint at behind-the-scenes pressure to push a certain version of the truth. Some documents suggest that key testimonies were either ignored or twisted to fit a narrative, and now Tory's team is reportedly prepping to use all of that in a legal counterattack. On top of that, a few lawyers not even connected to the case are starting to weigh in, and they're not staying quiet. Some are questioning why certain pieces of evidence were dismissed, while others with less weight were front and center. One legal analyst even said, "This case gets reopened with everything we're seeing now, it could explode." Supporters of Tory are taking this all the way viral, creating videos with hashtags, tagging officials, and demanding answers. People are calling this one of the wildest legal dramas the industry has seen in years. So now every hour counts. Every new detail, every post, and every statement is being watched closely, because if this case truly blows open, it won't just rock Tory Lanez's world. It could bring a massive storm crashing down on some of the biggest names in the game. This isn't just a case anymore. It's a battle for the entire narrative, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The discussion of a presidential pardon has escalated this into a full-fledged showdown, where the justice system may have to face the truth, either admit it was wrong or double down on a shaky conviction that is already crumbling under pressure. Let's be honest though, because a pardon like this isn't just paperwork. It's a statement that could turn Tory Lanez's name from guilty to vindicated, tear apart Meghan's version of events, and put a lot of pressure on the big names supporting her, including ROC Nation and Jay-Z himself. For this reason, the pushback is becoming ugly. The more vocal the support for her, the more desperate the other side's silence and actions seem to be. Watching it all play out like a chess match, where every move counts. Now, the big question is, does the White House actually step in? And could we hear something as outrageous as "I hereby pardon" Tory Lanez from President Trump or other powerful individuals? This story isn't even close to being finished. And whatever happens next could change everything for Tory, Meghan, and the entire game. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Is this case finally about to blow up with new evidence tipping the scales? Or are we just about to enter another crazy turn in a story that no one could have predicted? Who is speaking the truth? Who is lying? Do you believe there will be a pardon soon? If you're prepared for the next shocking revelation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable those alerts, because this drama is far from finished.